yes.
Oh yeah, you get a new cantrip. I don't get a new cantrip before like level 10.
Oh, I took 2 new cantrips, cause Spell Sniper.
Which is the most useless feat ever, but okay.
My range is just doubled with my
Yes,
range.
but it's highly situational. You don't need a 600-foot range or something on shit.
And I ignore half cover, 3/4 cover.
Yeah, how often does people use cover?
In mass game, a lot.
So I guess it's up to the game. But like in my games, Spell Sniper wouldn't be as effective because I barely use cover and stuff for my enemies.
Okay, so literally that almost 90% of that conversation was our intro. So
Yeah,
that's
nice. That's how we make intros here.
I literally
That's
was
how we
trying
do
to
it.
interject like 5 times, and you guys just kept talking.
Sorry.
You don't interrupt us. We keep talking when we want.
Sorry, Matt.
It's okay. It's okay. At this
We just
point,
like having bullshit intros.
it's fine. So,
Okay.
who wants an inspiration?
I'm good.
I don't remember the full thing.
What I'll say is, if you already have one, I will let you stack them.
Oh my god.
My mom,
yeah.
God, I knew that.
Yeah, because I got no idea. I like it. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Do it.
This will be my second one.
My memory is nothing, so it was better that one of you take it.
Just make sure that if you have more than one, you have a way of keeping track that you have more than one.
I do.
Yes, my memory.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yep. All right. We started inside the skyscraper, Mero Coral.
Mm-hmm.
And we just finished beating some Sahagan up.
Mm-hmm.
And we started going down this secret entrance in this room. And in the secret entrance, there were a prison, which we found Lani's character, Dragonborn. And she wanted to get out, and he was like, "Oh hell yeah, let's get her out!" No metagaming, by the way. And he did everything to try to free her, and got caught. So we had to fight Sahagan and some sharks. We did manage to do it after some questionable plays by Geo, but that's all right.
Ah, I'm just playing myself. Good salesman, I mean, lady just asked us to free her. My problem.
Did she know?
Yes.
I mean, you just automatically look towards her and then, I have to free this person, basically.
It's
Well, she did say she wanted help. She saw us. She said, "Hey." So I was like, "Oh, this lady not attacking us, so she must be willing to help."
Because
What if
she's
she
in
tried
a
to kill us?
prison.
What she was trying to kill us when you freed her, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
and I was mistaken, and then I had to make much of her.
So
Okay.
at that
Okay,
So
so
at that
Yomba's
point-
point is she was bound to the floor.
With
So
magical
she wasn't
circles.
attacking you initially because she was bound to the floor. That was his point.
Yeah, with magical shackles, we're in bad guy place, so that means she is one of our
Yeah, so
side. I mean,
at that point,
enemy of my enemy is my friend.
at that point, we just figured out Geo was a psycho or something.
I'm tiny psycho, not complete psycho. But you don't know that.
Anyways, she wanted to go with us, and she tagged along. We discovered a big ass door and a chest that contained her items. She doesn't want to open that because, scary chest. Metagaming, not by the way. And the chest was her stuff. She took her stuff, and we went in the big ass door, and there were some vampires there meditating, aka waiting for us. And they spotted us and beat us up or they were too strong for us to even have a chance against them. So we ran.
So we got the fuck out of there, put our legs in the reverse and say, fuck you, we're not gonna die here today.
But I did say to them, we'll be back, and we will be back.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
everybody's
have to be back.
everybody's legs turned into the infinity symbol that when Roadrunner is running.
Mhm.
We just said, fuck you particular, we're not coming back here anytime soon.
And then we managed to sneak out of the tower and regrouped in the tavern and reported our situation to E and the gang. And the Minotaur showed us where E was located, and we went down half an hour down to the bottom of the earth to figure out where he was. And he was in this big ass garden where only the cool elves live in.
Yep.
And he was two elves in one mind.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and he wanted to recruit us for further jobs, and we spent a week there to level up, buy stuff.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. That was like 99% of it. Yep. So, yeah. So, Geo, you're the only one who didn't have a chance to decide what he wanted to do with his week.
Well, I just told you that I did it before the game. I thought, well, since I have shop back, since I have all my stuff back, I can sell stuff again.
Okay, so
I
you
mean,
just
I
want
need
to
to make.
spend your week trying to sell your wares?
I mean, that's why I was here as well. But also, to increase my powers. But I take time for that one. Well, sell. I can do both at the same time. I mean, when I'm done with selling some wares for the day, I can go train.
Okay. Also, I assume that you want what everybody else got, which was a payment of some sort.
Yes, of course.
So, what would you like? It's a very
Well, what,
open-ended question. You can virtually ask for whatever you want, but whether or not they're willing to give it to you is another question.
well,
Yo,
what
we
are
scammed. We got 2,000 platinum and he got one magic item extra. Oh, we got 200 platinum and he got one magic item extra.
Yeah, it seems as though they're not really like saying, okay, this is the equivalent gold value. They're just
No,
saying,
that would be like the equivalent of like a rare item.
yeah, exactly. So they're not like saying this is the payment of this and this is equivalent to that. They're not worried about that. It doesn't seem like.
Well, I highly doubt a very fancy cloak that looks like I'm not there, but at the same time I'm there. So cloak of displacement.
What level rarity is that?
Rare.
They're willing to give you a +1 armor, so yes, they are willing to give you a cloak of displacement if you so wish.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Alright. It looks like they literally just skinned a displacer beast, and you're putting that on your back. That's what it looks like.
It just looks like, oh, this skin's very nice. Well, could use a bit of work here and there. I mean, I'm a leather worker of profession, so I know my stuff.
The person who gave it to you raises their eyebrow. It's enchanted. Too late
I
to
know.
fix it.
I know. Well, is that completely true? I think you can make small adjustments. I don't know.
In this world, at the very least, messing around with enchanted items, A, usually destroys it. B, if it doesn't destroy it, other bad things happen around it. Or C, the most rare option, actually goes in the way that you wish. So,
Nice.
Well, it's good thing I know Artificer friend who can help me with that, because they usually work with weaving magic.
He just sighs and walks away. Because even artificers normally don't mess with already enchanted items. Unless they're like, okay, I want to destroy this item, so let's destroy this item. Other than that, it's
Okay.
not like they normally mess with it.
Yeah,
But I'm
okay.
not saying it's impossible to do what you're asking.
Well, it's just
Because in my other game, just for you guys as players, people wanted to add multiple enchantments to an item that was already enchanted, and I basically came up with the rules for it, so it's already in place.
so basically what Utsa is doing is teeny tiny touch-ups to make it look tiny bit better. I
Yep.
mean, that's not that bad, like, right?
Here's the issue. I'll tell you as a player. If you try to mess with anything that has the enchantment runes on it, or add any new enchantment runes, there's a decent chance that something really bad will happen,
Oh no,
including the
no,
item being destroyed.
oh
So,
no, leave the room the fuck alone. Just like you said, it looked like the skin displays a piece. So all I'm gonna do is make it look a little bit nicer without even touching the runes.
okay, if you try to do that, all enchanted items are very hard to alter slash destroy. So, like physical, um, like if you try to like slash it with a sword, that wouldn't like harm it in any way. So if you were like trying to like cut off little pieces of it, that wouldn't work.
Mm.
Your
Oh,
blade just wouldn't slice through it, is what would happen.
oh,
So it depends on how you want to do that, so you can try. But what I'm going to tell you is it might not work.
oh, okay. That's all I need to know. If I know that magical enchanted items don't, well, can't very easily be easily adjusted tiny bits, then why try?
It's hard, but you can try. So what do you want to do
It's
with it? Just tell me what you want to do with
it's like just beauty touch-ups, just because you said it literally looks like the skin displays a beast. Now all I want to do is make it a bit less obvious. It's a literally a skin displays a beast.
it. Again, you can try, but depends on what your method is. So what's your method?
Oh well, using my leatherworking tools, but yeah, if you say it's
Yeah,
well,
as soon as you
like
try to
that,
use your leatherworking tools on it, the enchantment prevents it from being altered in any way.
yeah, no, then oh well.
It's similar to like if you go into combat, it's the reason why magic armor doesn't get like completely and utterly destroyed when you get hit with a sword.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Oh well.
It looks kind of like they took the some of the back legs and turned it into like the thing that you tie around your throat. And the rest of it just sort of hangs back, and it looks like a really tacky kind of like tiger mat that someone would have in their house. It kind of looks like that.
Oh dear God, because this is how it usually looks like.
Let's see. Show me a picture.
Oh, devouring dark chat channel.
Yeah, it's still got like pieces of the displacer beast around it and
Mhm.
stuff like that, but this one it looks a lot more like they just you went with utility and just took the skin itself and put the runes on it.
Leatherworker's first cloak, basically.
Yeah. You didn't say you wanted something that looked nice. You said you wanted a cloak of displacement. So there you go. You have one.
Fair enough. Should have been more specific.
It doesn't. It's not like people are gonna give you side-on looks. It's a displacer beast. It's as long as it's dead, they don't really care. Because if it was attacking people, they would care, obviously.
Yeah, they would obviously care.
But other than that, yeah, it's people have other cloaks and things that are slightly magical that are made out of creatures, so it's not entirely uncommon. So your character wouldn't necessarily be mad that it looks that way either.
Hmm.
Not necessarily, but he could still be if he has a specific style he's going for. And like I said, you can try to alter it later if you have ideas of how to alter it, but just using leatherworking tools isn't
Yeah,
sufficient.
yeah. I have to find something to do. So then,
All right, so you're just gonna spend your week, other than training, the
Mhm.
rest of your week just sort of running your stall.
Yep,
Okay, that's sufficient. Okay, I'm gonna get you to roll a d100.
D100. Where the fuck did my game go? There it is. D100. 89.
You made 89 platinum pieces.
That's
Wait, what?
a lot of leather I sold.
Yeah, it is. Especially if it's mundane leather.
Oh, it's for very good make.
True, so each one would be worth a few gold pieces each, but 89 platinum. You were very lucrative this week.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention that you sold. I'll just go out and say in canon, you sold so much that you actually had to purchase some more materials to continue making stuff that people are requisitioning from you. So, yeah, you have a few custom orders that are still waiting to be completed, but other than that, you still have the 89 platinum pieces.
Nice.
So, during your downtime, I may suggest that you work on your requisitions, otherwise, you may have a few angry people looking for their money back.
Of course, of course.
Just saying.
Wouldn't
So,
want to make. I mean, the client is always king.
um, and I'll go out on a limb since you made so much money. Um, somebody ordered something very strange. Um, they are looking for a giant sized set of armor, leather armor. However,
Well,
the person who is ordering it is not a giant. So, whether you question that or not, I'll give you, like, if you want to make a roll to see if you can find out anything about it, you can try that, but it's up to you whether you want to
well,
question that or not.
it's all does need this measurements for the person, otherwise he can't make proper
Oh,
armor.
dude who ordered it just hands you a sheet of paper with the exact specifications.
It's always not to make questions about that. I mean, he has specifications, he's worker, he gets job, he does job.
Okay. So, the amount of leather that you'll need for this thing, at least you're gonna need, at least just for the chest piece, you're gonna need at least 2 cows worth of leather to make this thing. Just for the chest piece. Based on the specification. Just letting you know.
Do tell the guy that's ordering it for this giant, it might take a little while, because, you know, it's very big to make.
He nods, and he silently walks away. He already paid you in full, so he's not even like paying you half and then half later. He's paid you the entire amount. So yeah, you'll have to make that thing at some point.
Yep, it's all immediately like, time to get to work.
Alright. So, as the other two are aware, because I think this is one thing that you left out, Yomba, is what happened at the end of the session. So,
Yeah, the cliffhanger. I forgot what it was.
at the end of the
All
session,
right. It was the guy, the assassin rogue guy. He came to the tavern and he was apparently, that we know of, bitten by the vampire. So he's a vampire spawn now.
yeah,
We
I'll
think.
go into a little bit more detail just to fill Geo in. So, here, just to get everybody back into the scene because it was last week. So here's what happened. Everybody was hanging out after the week of training, so everybody has leveled up. Um, Geo, your character was interacting with a warlock who is of similar, but not exact like identical, but similar persuasion to you, teaching you how to more easily get powers from your patron. So you were with a person who was teaching you how to do this. And your patron does seem more pliable now, so you have a few more abilities. Um, we didn't really talk about what your patron was, did we? What?
Well, it would be an Ifrit.
Okay, okay,
For the kind of thing that I can go for, that would be then an Ifrit.
okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. So you have contact with an Ifrit from the plane of fire. Um, he is slowly bequeathing you some powers. He appears to be an archmage in the city of Brass, who is helping you. So,
Mm-hmm.
just giving you some context there, in case you need to contact him. You do have a means of contacting him. So, whether it's like an orb or a spell, that's up to you. It's a
It's
minor
literally
thing that just allows you to contact him and him only. That's all it does.
it's the same item that I used to hide myself in the ring.
Okay, fair enough. So, he's been teaching you how to act as a Jinn, which is the species that all of them are. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, there's an ancient art that they used to confine Jinn this way. However, now Jinn just tend to use them as homes. So, when they're traveling. So, just to give you a little bit of context as to how that's going. Anyway, so as you guys are meeting up again after training for a little bit, currently Emmy is busy with her trainer, just so that way we have an excuse as to why she's not here.
There.
You guys received a message down here that somebody was looking for you up in the tavern. So you guys walked the half-hour long staircase back up, unless if you guys are comfortable, there is an instant teleport that allows you to go from the bottom to the top. However, the one that allows you to go from the top to the bottom is a little more complicated, and they haven't shown you how to use it. So you can teleport up if you guys so
I can
wished.
figure it out. I can try to figure it out.
You could try to figure it out, but we'll get to that later if you want to try to do it.
Yeah, you'll try to figure that out if we do that.
Yeah, but they haven't told you how to use it yet.
No.
But the one from the bottom to the top, you guys are okay. You can use that if you so wish. So you can save a half hour's worth of walking if you so wish.
Well, let's try and figure this shit out, because I'm not gonna half hour down again. My feet still hurt from last time.
Well, you're at the top, so we'll say if you guys try to go back down, that is when we'll let you guys try to figure that out. So you guys are at the top.
Yeah,
The way
that's what we're.
upwards fine, but the way down is worse.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'll let you figure that out later. So, you guys are at the top.
Mm.
You walk into the tavern because where it teleports you is into the kitchen area because that's not available for everybody to be in. So, you just sort of into the kitchen. And you walk into the main tavern area. I may as well bring that back up. I brought you guys to the map in case you guys wanted to look at it, but I'll bring you guys back over to the tavern map. So, I should have grabbed that already, but I will grab it now. Actually, I think I already have something that I can use for this. So it might take less time. Yes, I have something that is fitting. Perfect. This is Hooded Figure Guy.
Hooded figure guy. The most powerful of guys.
Well, I mean, he is all characters that you don't know who they are, and they are currently hooded. So,
Yeah, that's why I said it was the most powerful.
so he is pretty powerful because he is multiple people. So, yeah, he's just sitting over here. I will move this because that guy isn't there at the moment. And I will move Emmy because Emmy isn't there at the moment. So you can move your tokens around if you want to move them around to roleplay a little bit.
Yeah, as I was doing last time, I greeted him and asked him if he got what he was looking for, and then he showed me the thing,
Yeah.
right?
So last time he sort of responded in the affirmative. Yeah, he got the guy who he was looking for, but he was down there a little longer than he wanted to be. And he ended up meeting a creature that didn't like him very much, is what he expressed last time. And he shows you his affliction. So there is a window right here. There's still just a little bit of sunlight coming in the window. He sort of just reaches his arm over, and you can see as if his arm is on fire almost. It's just like sizzling, even though he has clothes on over his arm.
Oh well, that sucks.
And he just draws his arm back. He says, I need your help.
We can see that.
Well, what creature did this to you?
He describes a similar creature to what you encountered at the bottom of the Coral Tower.
So the vampire guys.
Mm-hmm. Something that could turn into a shark on command. Apparently, it was a little. There was more than one of them, and they were a little too much for one roguish man to handle by himself. And he goes on to describe that he was knocked unconscious, and when he woke up, he was in the middle of the underwater streets, and he had this affliction. And the reason, again, just because I said this last time, the reason he's turning to you guys and not the Guild of Assassins is because the Guild of Assassins they're sort of like, you know how the Dark Brotherhood and the Elder Scroll games, they don't really care if you go around murdering people.
Nah, they don't.
Not really. But in this, like, you have to get paid to murder somebody. Like, they have a professional code that they have to uphold. So if he like turns into a vampire and starts indiscriminately like murdering people, that would be bad for their reputation, and thus they wouldn't like that very much. So if they found out he was turning into a vampire, then that would be bad for him. So he's turning to you guys so that way he doesn't get ganked, basically.
Yeah. Do I know of
He turns to us. We fucking gank him.
Well, see,
Do I know of a
I'll give
cure for
you-
vampirism?
Oh, sorry.
Do I know if there's a cure for this kind of vampirism?
I'll say that unless you roll something, you're not sure, but I'm just going to give you a tiny bit more context.
Sure.
There is a standing bounty for any vampire. So, yeah, if the Assassin's Guild found out that he was turning into a vampire, they might just lock him up till he fully turns, and then just kill him and then collect the bounty. So, that
Alright.
is another possibility, which is why he's turning to you guys instead. I mean, he's turning to you guys. If you guys kill him, like, that's a risk he's willing to take, because the Assassin's Guild is, like, 99% chance going to kill him. So,
Sure. Well, we don't know any cure for your affliction. So how are we supposed to help?
well, perhaps you could find out. I don't know. I've heard
Oh.
rumors about this tavern. People looking for information. Maybe you could find somebody who works here. I don't know.
We could help you, but we kind of would be helping you get fixed from your affliction. How do you feel about working for somebody else?
Oh my god. This guy, dude, just opens his mouth about everything.
Let him play his character. Dude.
I did warn everybody last session that if you go blabbing about E, you might get in trouble.
Yeah.
So
I did do it called hidden-ish.
okay,
No,
so for now he doesn't know what you're talking about. True, but I'm just warning you again. So, he goes like who?
Well, as it so happens, we are going back into the tower, and maybe we can find something, a clue for how to suppress or stop this thing.
We are
Yeah.
going back?
Yes, indeed. We're not finished.
I'm not
I
going
think
back in there unless I'm getting paid to kill someone.
Well, as it so happens, except for Olav, I look at Olav.
What? Who's Olav?
Leon.
With your help, it would bolster our chances and perhaps give you some answers since we're going in again.
That is.
We're gonna have to wait till nightfall.
That's fine.
All depends how expensive you are.
Oh, you're looking to hire?
If I need to, I might.
Not sure I'm in your price range there, bud.
Well, think about it this way. We give you some, like, half your price and a chance for you to cure yourself when we get in there.
I mean, I see that as a win-win.
I'll have to think about it.
Well, you have until nightfall, I suppose.
He nods. Everybody here notices that he's like uncontrollably shaking.
Mm-hmm. Just, before we discuss anything, you are in control of yourself, right? You know.
For now.
You're saying you might turn on us, perhaps?
I don't know. I've never gone through this before.
Well, think about it. So, and I get up and look at what's it called, you?
It's all.
Yeah, I look at Utsal and say, come with me for a second.
Okay. What we going to do?
I go to the kitchen area.
Okay. So you guys are up here.
Yeah.
On the map.
Mhm. Let me just move.
I already moved you,
Oh.
but
Okay.
You can't just go blabbering about our contractor all the time.
Well,
You're motioning to him, which he has no place to be.
well, we were also no place to be, but we still work for him.
Well, he hired us, yes, so we do have a place there. So,
That's
well,
very fair.
so what I'm saying is, don't mention anything about him. He doesn't want attention towards him.
I'm just gonna interject a little. It's a small point, which is why I didn't interject earlier. It is two elves, so normally they are referred to as they, because it's two of them. So
I don't care.
that's fair.
I
That's
say
fair.
they.
Okay, that's fine.
So, is that fine?
That's fine with me.
All right. Try to talk less in general as well.
I can promise that. I mean, I'm salesman after all.
We don't need a salesman on a stealth mission.
But that's your problem then.
We are not selling things to the enemy.
Well, perhaps might come in handy one day. Who knows?
Not today.
You
If you
don't
have
know.
high charisma, you might use it later, but not right now.
Not in the enemy base where only Sahagin is supposed to be.
I mean, characters in my games have tried to talk to things that were worse and succeeded. So, just saying, it could work, but it depends on how you go about it.
From my character's point of view, it sounds like an idiotic idea.
Fair enough.
So I'm warning him.
Okay, that's fine. Warning has been issued. Anything else you guys want to talk about back there?
Yeah, I'll message Leon. That's what you call it, right?
Yeah.
You want to take a look at this elevator?
Okay.
Or the portal, whatever, teleporter.
I go look over and start figuring how it works.
Alright, so
If I can.
you can roll an Arcana.
Okay. I'm actually decent at that.
Alright. There's no command word or anything. They just didn't show you the correct hand motions that you needed to do. So you have to activate the runes in a specific order. And if you read the runes properly, it tells you the order. So you have read them properly, so you know how to do it.
Oh, I know. It spells down.
They're draconic runes that don't necessarily have an alphabetical meaning because they're ancient draconic runes. So
Andy, I speak Draconic.
yes, but as it is in the books, draconic magical runes are draconic. So they're just it's ancient draconic, like ancient draconic. Which is why you need to roll Arcana rather than know the language to read it. Because it's based on Arcana and not the language. Because even dragons that exist now don't even speak this type of Draconic anymore. That's how old this Draconic is.
It's ye old and draconic.
Yeah. And for dragons, ye old is like a ye old. So, like millions of years, if not hundreds of thousands. So, long time ago. Back when magic was first conceived of. Which, way longer than your characters are familiar with, so. Yep, so you know how to do it. Do you wish to activate the teleportation rune?
Yep. I activated to go back down.
Alright, poof. You are now in the lounge room that you guys were in before. If you wish to do anything. The two elves, known as E, they are sitting at the other side of the room.
Yeah, I would like to talk to E.
Alright. As you approach, they look in the mirror and notice you and turn around.
I had a question for upcoming mission. There is someone that can potentially help us, but they are afflicted with bites from a vampire. Do you know how to cure this?
They glance over at Ustal. Ustal.
Mhm.
Your
Yeah.
friend has been cured of vampire bites. Because he was bitten.
Mhm.
And he is fine.
Well,
Yes.
What has
those are
happened to the other guy appears to be slightly different.
well. Utsal was just, did not die. Wait, he died. Oh, that bigger problem.
They raise their
Mm.
eyebrows. That's not how vampirism works.
Well, I don't know how it works. I'm just guessing.
So you've
Uh,
had more trouble with these vampires. If you're wondering how a vampire is created, it's not an entire death that takes place. It's close, but there is a slight difference. They do turn into an undead, which inevitably results in their death, but it doesn't start off that way. They don't die immediately.
oh,
It is a ritual, which is why not everyone who is bitten turns into a vampire.
Well, apparently this guy was knocked unconscious by one, and they got this way with him, turning him into one of them.
well, not
Seems
yet. He
as
still
though
has
they
his sponge.
need a distraction. Not that they really want him to be one of their own. Otherwise, they would have kept him. Become a sire. You're familiar with these terms, right?
I guess.
Sure.
So, the method to turn someone into a vampire is thus. You drain them of most of their blood, and the vampire replaces their blood with their own. As in, you take the blood of a mortal, put the vampire blood in the mortal, and it begins to take them over. Slowly.
But there is no cure for this?
If he's not a vampire, then there may be a chance.
Well, he was burning in the sunlight.
And they seem to have the shakes.
He the elves known as E glance over towards Ustal. Then there is a chance. The disease is taking over, but has not completely taken hold.
Oh, that's
All
good.
right.
You can try to cure it as you would any other disease. However, it is slightly more stubborn. The easiest way is to continuously drain their blood for 3 days. As their body readapts and produces its own blood again, then it heals. Rather than dying and becoming an undead.
So option 1, tell him he will be in lots of pain.
What are the other option?
Again, you can cure it as you would any other disease, but there's a chance that it will fail. So in other words, he's saying, like, cure disease. Like, a spell that can cure diseases could work, but they have to roll to see if it succeeds, because it's an especially hardy disease that is resistant to healing magics. So
That's worth it. Do we have anyone that can cast that?
Cast.
yes, they have some trainers down here that can cast it.
All right.
So, like, if a cleric joins your party, they could train down here, basically. So yeah,
Mhm.
they have somebody who can cast it, if you need to rely on them. However, just like anyone else, they are going to need to be paid, but 50% of what other clerics would probably reasonably ask you for. So if you could bring them down here, it's going to be cheaper, but you don't know if you want to reveal the down here to him.
Yeah, so
No.
we can do it by the tavern or something, right?
You could try to bring one of your trainers up to the tavern if you so wish.
Yeah.
Alright.
So how much would it cost?
Depends on the level of spell. So, what is the cure disease spell? What is that thing?
Less restoration.
Yeah, that's second level.
Less restoration is second level.
Alright.
Or greater for fifth.
If it's only a second level spell, then it's relatively cheap. Like, if you were paying someone to cast a 9th level spell, it would be more, but it's gonna be relatively cheap. So, like, 50 gold pieces. 50.
Olaf.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll pay for it.
He's not your piggy bank. And
Yeah, but he's a nice guy.
Is he read?
Was it 50 gold you said? Or was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
50, yeah, sure. Never mind.
It's the reason why not everybody is able to get their diseases cured. That's why. Because it's a little bit too expensive for a poor person. So.
I give the dude 5 platinum.
Oh, it's
I
half.
mean-
It's half.
As half, I'll give it 2. And what was that?
25 gold.
25 gold?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Alright. You currently have a hobgoblin cleric following you.
Cool.
Okay, I basically tell him, so you do your thing in the tavern upstairs. Is that fine?
Well, you must show me to my patients.
Yes, just follow us.
Alright.
You
Again,
take the teleport
hobgoblin
up.
cleric has joined your party.
Yeah.
Momentarily, at least.
Take the TP up.
Alright.
Are you taking toilet paper upstairs?
Yes.
Yes, and then you ride a giant roll of toilet paper upward.
You said I was like, TV must resist. Fuck it, I'm not resisting.
And then E is just sitting there at the bottom of the staircase. Not again. Not again.
Not this fucking shit again. It's like the 5th time this week.
Alright, so you whee up the stairs, and you are at the top.
Yeah. Just wait by the kitchen. Your patient will come to you.
Okay. He goes.
Wait by the kitchen, go upstairs.
He just crosses his arms and wait for you guys.
Okay. I'll go to the guy.
Alright, you are there.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay. So, I have potentially a solution for your illness.
All right, take me to it.
However, it might not work and you might lose your life, but there is a chance you won't.
Just let's try.
Okay. Follow
Otherwise,
me.
you're gonna have to kill me anyway, right? He seems slightly afraid, but he's trying to be jokey about it.
I shrug. Just follow me.
Look, he knows the best medicine of everything. Jokes!
I take him to the kitchen.